And now, the tutorial.
Download the add-on from the link in the description and install it the usual way.
Edit, preferences, add-on, install. Find the add-on. It's either the POA.zip, double-click on, tick on the box that you tick.
You've done it.
Okay, so I've activated Green Screen within Eevee Pro. And, well, there's just another add-on that's built into Blender but not activated by default that I want. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to search image, and there it is, import images as planes. Let's tick this. And what this allows you to do is I've just go Shift A, we've now got this images as planes, and I can select a video, because videos are ultimately images, and what it's done is it comes in on a plane, and the shape of this rectangle is the same as the shape of the video, so it's not distorted or anything like that. So that's super handy. And also, if we're in Eevee, we'll go down here. We've got the blend mode set to alpha blend, which is what we want, and the shadow mode set to alpha clip, which is also handy. If those aren't those, set them to those. Right, so, but we do want to stand it up, so I'm going to rotate X 90 and grab Z so it's stood up there. And one thing we've got going on about here is we've actually got a reflection plane here so that this will have reflections, though it's not having reflections of this. If I set this to alpha clip, we now have it with a reflection, but alpha blend objects don't have reflections. We'll deal with that later. But now I'm going to open up the material wind panel, and what have we got here? We've got the video, and then we've got this. So I'm going to delete these two, select them both, press delete, and going to Shift A, and Green Screen within Eevee Pro has appeared here, and we've got a load of options. So it's green or blue screen. Yeah, it's got a green screen, hasn't it? Do we want it to be shaded, or do we want it to be shadeless? I think in this case we want it to be shadeless, so I'm going to select that. And all of these have popped up. So what we need to do is we need to replace this image with this image. So select delete, and we'll put that there. As this happens, this is now we then want to, let's just sort of set this to a random, set it to black. So I think what we want to do is we want to eyedrop a green. That's already cut away our green screen. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to go into edit mode, tab key, and I'm going to press K, and I'm going to go cut. I'm basically going to cut out all the edges of the green screen here, so that can all be removed there. And let's select faces, select this face, and press delete, delete faces. There we go. So we've now got a nice little cutout here. So let's go in and we'll have a look at these. So I'm going to press Control Space to have a closer up look at them. And we've basically got these two here, which are the two groups. Well, it's actually four groups because we've got versions of them for purple and red as well. They need their own versions of these, and they've got a certain number of things on. Let's see what, so we can see what we're doing. So we've got it, but it basically works off hue, saturation, value, but for each of these we've got both a tolerance and a fall off. So tolerance controls how close it has to be. So this is what actually cuts out the difference between the green and the blue. And this key light, well, what key light is you will get some green light reflected back off the green screen onto your actor or puppet or whatever. So if I don't use this, if we just get it so we're going straight from here to here, what we'll see is we'll see this sort of kind of green haze around the back of the puppet, which isn't something we want. So that's what that does. It removes that green haze, or for that matter, whatever colour it is. Then now the colour, this colour is obviously going into here, the key colour, and the key light colour here. Here we've got all the hue Now, so tolerance, hue tolerance, that means how close the hue of this has to be to the colour of the screen for it to be cut out. And then we have the same for saturation tolerance, how similar their saturation has to be, and value tolerance, how similar their value has to be. And if you see the default values, hue is set very low, because if the puppet is casting a shadow on the green screen, then the hue is not likely to change. It's still going to be green. Whereas the saturation will change a little bit more, and the value, which is how dark it is, that will change the most. So those are set highest. And we also have fall off for each of hue, saturation, value. What that is it controls the grey area between being completely opaque and completely transparent. And these are also need to be set as well. Now, the key light for removing the green glow, we only have tolerance and fall off. Basically, this one works entirely off hue. We also get strength, so we can turn the strength down and then it's green, or we can turn it right up and it's actually making it slightly purple. So let's go back to 0.5. And that's a good example of how we've set this. The only problem is that we still don't have a reflection here, which we should have. So what I'm going to go and do is I'm going to create a new material here. I'm going to press that one again, then I'm going to copy it, and this one is basically a material for the reflection. Now the first thing we're going to set is this one. We're going to set it to alpha clip. But now we're not actually using that, so I'm going to add a modifier. I'm going to add solidify. And now the solidify, we don't need any rim, so I'm going to untick the rim, and materials, material offset 1. So now it's got a reflection. What it means is this, but if we go here and zoom right in, we'll see that there's suddenly 2 layers of them. So what we're going to do, we want to try to make this second layer here invisible. So what I'm going to do here, so we've now got, is with this one, we're going to make it so that this does not appear in cameras. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search light path, going to add a light path, and so this matte, that's controlling the difference between that's basically what that is. Let's have a look at it, in fact. I've got it on this one. So basically, white is opaque and black is transparent. So what we do is we're going to remove the camera array from that. Let's add a maths node. Math, and we put that there, and put camera array there, and subtract, and press clamp. And now we've basically got a second version of the material here, which allows this guy to be reflected in mirrors in Eevee. We basically could have used the same material for both if we were working in cycles, but if we're working in Eevee, that's what we have to do. Okay, so I hope that explains how this add-on works and what the possibilities of it are. Thank you, I'll see you soon.